What up, cappers, gamblers, punters, hustlers, low baggers, silver bells? It is Christmas in the city, and I just took a 24-hour voyage. 24 hours, Pete. I took a 7:45 a.m. ferry from Main Island to Tawasin, or Sawasin.
Very nice.
And I did that, and then I took a taxi to the Vancouver airport, and then I took a flight to Denver, and then I took a flight to Panama City.
For real?
And then I took a flight to San Jose, and I got here 2 hours ago.
Oh, shit.
2 hours ago.
Oh, my God.
I showered the booze off, and I'm still probably a little drunk, but I'm ready to go, man.
All right, that sounds good. I'm sorry, I switched to the Brave browser, a new browser, Brave, and it's a little bit weird, a little bit quirky, and I'm looking for the link to the show so that I can find it, and I think I got it. I think I got the link here. They made another great picture of us. Shout out to the graphics crew here at SBR Sports Picks, and I'm just going to. All right, here we go. Now I think I got it. Now we got. Okay, pop out chat.
Mr. Gokster saying, haha, Jimmy the Man. Mr. Gokster, you'd be happy that I went to Elway's bar while I was at the airport in Denver, Colorado, thinking of you, Mr. Gokster, while I got drunk looking at John Elway paraphernalia.
It's good to have you back, Jimmy the Bag. It's good to have you back, Jimmy the Bag. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. There's a lot of, there's sometimes on camera when people are like there's something seems wrong with Loshak. I think he's pissed at Jimmy. It's never that. I always have massive. Just let me say that for the record. Just let me say that, including the first time. You remember the first time we ever did a video and people were like, "Oh shit, look at that! Loshak didn't like Jimmy the Bag." The first video we ever did, again in that one, was there something wrong with me? Yes, it was not Jimmy the Bag. I love Jimmy the Bag. I absolutely do. So I can say that very confidently that from now on until the end of videos on the internet, you see me on camera unhappy and Jimmy the Bag sitting next to me, it's never because of Jimmy the Bag. I love this guy and I'm glad to have him back.
I'm so excited to sit beside you, man. Doing the show without getting to stare into that mustache. Something's taken away. Something is taken away. And right now, just getting it's not groomed. I love it. I absolutely love it, man. We got hit by a windstorm.
Oh, really?
Didn't know those things existed, Pete.
Yeah.
100-mile-an-hour gusts.
Climate change, Jimmy the Bag.
I was so drunk that I didn't notice the windstorm, but I saw the remnants of it the next day. We had no power for like 2.5 days. We still have no internet on Main Island, so I've been kind of out of commission. But I'm so happy to be back, man. I absolutely love. This is what I live for. Seeing all these names, all these guys. Let me just give a quick shout out if you don't mind. Abazaba 78, Saustine Mars, Ninja 13, Jeremy Miller, Nut Flush Allen, our guy Nut Flush Allen, Von Polo, Ron Lofton, Mitchell Shaggis, BidXN, King Rail giving me a welcome back, Remos. Yes. In the house, Reggie, Frank Rizzo, all you guys, Ryan Cartwright, man, I love you guys so much. I'm very happy to be back.
I'd like to give a personal shout out to Nutflush Allen. He says, I can say that for 2018, I didn't miss one episode of the best show on YouTube, not a single episode. And he also sent me a Christmas card picture that his family made. Did he send you that? I'm sure he did, right?
I don't know.
You haven't checked your email or anything.
I've not been online.
Shout out to you, Nutflush Allen. Thank you so much for everything. I won't list it all right now, but everything, Nutflush Allen.
Ryan Cartwright said, Jimmy, you should have done a meetup with your fans in Vancouver. I tried to, but I got in so late Friday night at like 11, and then we had to work Monday morning, and I had to be in the Gulf Islands with internet and with the whole setup plan, and I just didn't have time. It bothered me very much, Ryan Cartwright, but it won't happen again. And I will be back in Vancouver at some point, but I love you guys. And
I look at Abazaba's first comment, and I read his comment. Just want to say a quick hello, blah, 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 blah. Grand Canyon right now. I was like, oh, really? Are they playing right now? I know I like to bet on it. And then it's like, no, he's just driving to the Grand Canyon. There you go. Have a good time, Abazaba. I thought he was going to bet on Grand Canyon, which isn't under the radar team. Kevin Garrett says, let's get this cash, fellas. We might have a few more minutes of love. Before we do that, if you're just coming here looking for picks, I can tell you right now, San Jose -1, Boston -1 on the NHL card today are going to be 2 picks. Jimmy the Bag, I don't know what your travel schedule has allowed you to look on the card, but there's a massive NHL card. And for people who are like, all right, enough love, enough bullshit, let's get to just hit us up with some picks. Definitely San Jose -1 is going to be a play for me. Definitely Boston -1 is going to be a play for me. And if Jimmy the Bag had any kind of time to look at this card, I have a feeling he would be agreeing with me. And if he's not agreeing with me right now as he sits next to me, I think the only explanation can be because he didn't have time to look at the card. San Jose at home against Anaheim.
It's
Boston getting healthier at home against. We're not on NHL yet. We're still on the show opening. That's okay. I'm just talking about. I just want to throw.
It's interesting when I've had historically a bad day when everybody comes back from the Christmas break, and I stopped having it last year because what I did was I only took teams that were in a slump, like the Sharks, not playing to the best of their abilities, needed the break, and I wouldn't take teams like the Bruins, who were rolling. And I stopped making those bets on the 27th of December.
Really?
Yes, I stopped doing it. I thought, I will only take teams that needed the break.
Right.
And the Bruins weren't one of them. They were rolling. They were playing great hockey.
But don't you think the Bruins come with a little asterisk? Because first of all, they're so good, and second of all, they were so banged up for much of the season that that maybe the upswing that they experienced towards the end of the break is something that will continue after the break. It's not like they were just killing it all first half and then the break came. They were having all kinds of troubles, all kinds of injuries. Then they started to get healthier, started to play better as the break approached. For just a small period of time. You know what I'm saying, Jim? I'm just thinking out loud here.
No, I hear what you're saying, and I hear the breakdown. But to me, it all started with that Hab spot in Montreal.
It all started.
They won 4-0. Then the Ducks had beaten them 14 or 15 straight times. I said, put a line through that. That there's no rivalry there. They don't care about playing each other. So put a line through that. And then they beat the Ducks 3-1. Then they beat the Predators 5-2. And then they finished off poorly with that 5-3 game.
All right. Well, we will talk about that. And they're a big favorite, obviously, going up against this guy Blackwood. This guy Blackwood who's been doing pretty well for New Jersey and burned me in his first start because he was coming in. Everyone was like, "Oh, this guy sucks." The total jumped up, and I took the over based on the line move. And then when I saw it was because of Blackwood, I realized I was on the wrong side. Didn't have a chance to. Anyway, Jimmy the Bag in my coverage, in my replacement for you on the Audible, I actually started to do very well in NFL. I had a great read on a lot of the. Yeah, it really does. It really does.
Power outage just messed me up so much. I went 5-0 and beat the prick.
Oh, very nice.
But I didn't make all those plays. I didn't have power. So when I had to drive into town because the downtown core had just got power, and then I only made a fraction of the plays because I was like, you know what, I didn't put enough time into this. And then the plays I didn't make, oh God, Donnie just destroyed. He told me when we broke down that Rams Cardinals game on Tuesday, he said Arizona team total under, Rams team total over, and Rams cover. There was a 3 for 3 there. The Vikings were so easy, and yet I didn't make that bet. The Raiders, I didn't drive into town to add the Raiders in, but I made that a pick.
That was an obvious play.
Speaking of beat the prick,
obvious play.
Speaking of beat the prick, Jansen Bonzen,
Yeah.
LoBagger Jansen Bonzen had a 5-0 week.
No way.
And he's now in third place. And beat the prick, eyeing multiple thousands of dollars of winners.
Wow.
Shout out to my man, Jansen.
Congratulations, Jansen Bonzone. I know how good that can feel when you do well in a contest like that. All right, so let's see. I guess that's it for all the love that we spread around in the beginning of the show. We did talk about NHL, but I guess we can get into NHL officially right now. You want to do that?
It's been a while. Let me see that juicy record. I know mine's gone down.
Oh yeah, okay. We can show the record. Sure, if you want to show the record, we can show it. Why not? Show the record, NHL record, if you want. We're officially going to jump into NHL right now. I don't remember. I think I've been treading water around. You got the NHL record there by any chance? Yeah. Okay, great. We're going to throw that one up.
Shout out to my man, Lamont Williams.
I'm actually curious to see where it is. Yeah, my high water mark was about 30.5. Jimmy the Bag. That's an excellent record from both of us. All right. Let's start with the NHL today. The first play I definitely am going to give is going to be San Jose -1 at home against Anaheim. We know the deal here. I'm worried about maybe there's some psychic vibes in I'm using the Brave browser right now. Sure. Brave browser, which has been recommended to me. Very private browser here. But now the fonts are a little bit off. I'm going to take a shot with San Jose -1 against Anaheim. Obviously, Anaheim is not a good offensive team. Kind of a dumpster fire of a team, Jimmy the Bag. I know you didn't look into this card specifically, but you know all these teams like the back of your hand.
So there's no Wi-Fi on Copa Airlines.
Right.
I couldn't get on the Wi-Fi in Panama City. So but I'm going to be listening. I'll be working. We got incredible NHL cappers. I'll be listening to you. I also am not scared that Carlson is suspended for 2 games.
Yeah, that's a problem. It's a little problem.
It's a problem in this spot probably, but it'll just give Burns. Like old times, he'll be completely quarterbacking the power play. I'll have the depth charts up. I'll have the line combinations up. So I might need a little bit. I'll get the goalies up as well. But that's a play that makes a ton of sense to me. Sharks -1.5, and I will be taking that.
Oh, you want it, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, hold on one second. Let me just find up. I'm switching back to a different browser right now. Hold on one second. Yeah, all right. So, Jimmy the Bag, I will quote the lines for you in a second. You're going to take the Sharks -1.5. Yeah, and I was also thinking about maybe just the once again the Anaheim team total under. Let me check what the lines are. Let me pull all these odds up. Anaheim is just a team that is not good offensively, and it looks like that's not gonna fix itself at any point until further notice, right?
Sorry, I was looking at my man St. Louis Elite LoBag birthday picks. He's 4-0.
Really?
Look at that, and I just wanted to get a good look at what he is going to be on today. I wish what a beautiful 27 game. But again, I've historically had a tough time with these December 27th games. He's liking, okay, let me quickly go over this. Quickly.
Robbie Top says, I'm getting sick of Anaheim winning. Time to break their backs and make them humble.
I'm not concerned about Anaheim as a hockey team. I'm really not that concerned about Vegas. I really think I'm in nice business with all my futures in the Pacific Division with Calgary and San Jose. I think I'm absolutely rolling here. My man Elio in the house. Oh, God, I missed you guys so much. And I've had no internet at all, so I've got so much catching up to do, so much love to share with all you guys and American House. Yes, give me Sharks -1.5.
Right, hold on.
And St. Louis Elites plays Blues money line. Interesting.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's an interesting game. Yes, there's definitely interesting games here, Jimmy the Bag, and I feel like maybe since I did look into these games in depth, and you of course know these teams in depth, maybe the time off helped you a little bit, and you'll have a little bit more of a clearer mind when you're thinking about this. All right, so let's take San Jose first of all. I'm going to take San Jose -1. The money line will be -165. The puck line will be for San Jose +1. Where is it? -165. The puck line will be +160. Oh, sorry. I gotta log in.
Don't worry. Take all the time you need.
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna take. Sorry. All right. We have dead air here.
Mr. Gokster says Anaheim team total under. I would endorse.
Okay. Yes, I might take that one as well. San Jose -1. The money line is -165, and the puck line, which you are going to take also. Hold on one second. Let me just. What the hell's going on here? I'm sorry. I'm just having browser issues here. Sorry, let me just go to the puck line here. Point spreads. Here we go.
Matt Randall says, nice to officially meet you. Matt Randall.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. LoBag familia. Let's see what else St. Louis leads on. Avs, Golden Knights over 6.
Mm-hmm.
Does seem slightly low-hanging, but the Avs have been confusing. Kerfoot is so important to that team. Oilers, puck line, Blues, money line. Those are his 3 birthday picks.
Okay, sorry, I'm just looking at it looks like they changed up the format here for SBR. Did they change up the format for SBR odds? I'm trying to. All right, maybe I'll have to. All right, I'll this might be a little bit cumbersome here.
Let's stay focused.
Yeah, sorry.
Let's stay focused.
Did they change up the format here? All right, so here we go. Let's see. Anaheim against San Jose. It's not showing the opener. Right, I'm gonna have to configure this. The puck line here, sorry, will be +160 at Bet365. Okay, so that's going to be a +160. And Jimmy the Bag is
I really think that what happens with this Christmas break is those teams that are filled with skill and underachieving and playing underwhelming hockey can come back with more firepower. I've always felt that way. And I started executing it last year, not taking teams who have been rolling, only taking teams that have been struggling. So I'm liking Sharks -1.5 here.
All right, I'm sorry. I'm just SBR odds. It looks like they changed something here. I don't know what the hell is. All right, here we go. There, yes, very nice, very nice. Okay, and now log in. Oh, okay, you are logged in.
Robbie Top says Bags and Loshak have natural chemistry. I'm not feeling it right now. With
no,
you, finding the
no. I think SBR's changed their display to show each individual game in a bigger way. I might have to. It is customizable, but when they change things up,
you don't have the opener right there.
I don't know what. Yeah, and where's the opener? Yeah. Where the fuck is the opener here?
We got time.
All right. Okay. I'm sorry about this. Okay. All right. So let's see.
Speaking of all day, we are back to 2 shows a day starting January 2nd, Pete.
Okay.
January 2nd, 2 shows a day, back in action.
Sounds good. In the meantime, while we've been doing this pick on San Jose, it has moved in our favor. All right, so I'm on San Jose -1. You're going to take San Jose on the puck line, and I'm leaning Anaheim team total under as well. Let's see. All right, other games that I was thinking about. Well, let's see. Okay, let's talk about Boston, New Jersey. Some people are still liking Boston here. You're not. It is a huge line here, and the New Jersey goaltender is not someone I want to fade here. The line has moved strongly in Boston's favor. You're not liking Boston here necessarily, Jim.
It's not that I dislike Boston. and it does it. I can make this play, and Chara going to be back in the lineup. I actually don't like that very much. I don't like Chara coming back in. We have McAvoy battling a lower body injury, being ruled out for Thursday's contest. So you have no McAvoy. You have Chara. You have a team that was playing well before that loss. And because of that loss, I could take them. But this is not, if I actually have a system for the 27th of December, it's to only take teams that have been underachieving. And Boston doesn't fall in that group. In fact, the Devils do. The Devils have been underachieving.
They have been underachieving.
But then we're talking about...
Sorry, I'm trying to get the... where the hell are the openers?
Taylor Hall's not going to be in the lineup. Marcus Johansson not going to be in the lineup. So there's your first and second line left wingers out of the lineup. So, I mean, how big of a favorite are the Bruins here?
Where are the openers?
We got to stay focused,
Okay,
Pete.
I'm sorry.
Gotta let that go.
All right, they definitely changed something here at SBR odds. I can't see the openers necessarily on the totals. I don't know what the hell's going on here.
Gate Passkey saying, I'm also high on the Oilers second half. I'm pleasantly surprised with the job Hitch has done to balance the team out. They're going to be a very successful second half, believe me.
All right, focus here on NHL. Once again, Jimmy the Bag. All right, I'm back. It's just, I'm a creature of habit, Jimmy the Bag. And when unexpectedly in the show, the display is, I get, okay, so let's see. Gate Passkey says, I'm also high on the Oilers second half. Really? You think that, and because they've been giving up a lot of goals, haven't they?
Reading a couple comments here. Robbie Top says value is all on New Jersey, Mark. My man Mark Georgiev says only one at work today, so guess what? I got the LoBag show on. Actually chime in with my bullshit. It's not bullshit, Mark. We need it. We need it, Mark. Sorry, what were you saying? Were you talking about the Devils or the Bruins?
No, I was talking about Edmonton. They've actually been kind of crappy defensively recently. I don't know if you noticed.
Hitch is going to keep them responsible. It's the only way to coach this team. Although Nuge has had a bit of a better season than I imagined. Leon Draisaitl having a little bit worse of a season than I imagined. But this is a tough team to coach. You're so top heavy.
They're top heavy, and you think they're going to continue to be defense oriented, Jim?
I do. There's just no other way to play. Now, why are they struggling defensively? We said it before I left. Oscar Klefbom. Now Chris Russell also, but he could be back here, so he missed 4 straight games. But Klefbom, he became dynamite for this team as soon as the change happened. Started playing 27 minutes a game, playing like the first round draft pick they imagined. As soon as Klefbom went down, their defense went down. So it's not like you can't explain what was going on. Klefbom stepped up to be the leader on the blue line that they desperately needed. Robbie Top says Edmonton is going to crush them.
Wow.
Brian Cartwright, Oilers puck line is my play. Christopher Comatini saying playing the over in the Washington game, which we will get to.
All right, so let's talk about Detroit Pittsburgh. I guess this is all right. So I guess man, I was leaning Boston, but I guess I'm going to pass on that one for now. There's been a huge line move again in Boston's favor. Pittsburgh is an interesting game, and I was thinking about the over, maybe the first period over, maybe the second period over. What do you think here? I feel like Pittsburgh should put up some goals. Murray always vulnerable in goal. I was thinking about over. What do you think?
This is another spot. Let's take a quick look. I cannot back Detroit right now when Athanasiou and Mantha are out of the lineup. We talk about the big young forwards that are changing the whole dynamic of this hockey team, and it's Mantha. It's Athanasiou. It's Tyler Bertuzzi. It's those guys. You're still dealing with Green and DeKaiser. Let's see, Green will be back early next month. DeKaiser early 2019. To me, this is another spot where we have a team that's been underachieving, like the Pittsburgh Penguins, a team that is capable, more than capable of going on a run. Also a team that has veterans, filled with veterans, so they understand how to handle this. Now, they did win 3 straight before the break. They have won 5 of 6, which is something I don't love. How big of a favorite are they?
Pittsburgh, massive favorite, 270. I'm not thinking about that because I think that obviously Pittsburgh should be the favorite here. I don't want to lay that line here with Pittsburgh. I'm thinking about the over, and I'm thinking about maybe tripling up, like the first period over, second period over, something like that. I mean, this is just such a massive line. If you gave me a free play on it at the current lines, yes, I'd put it on Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Should Pittsburgh be the huge favorite here? Yes. If Pittsburgh was minus 800. And Detroit was plus 650, yes, I would put every low bagger I know on Detroit. You're betting into lines here in sports betting, right? Pittsburgh's a way better team. I don't think they should be minus 300. And I think there's slight value with Detroit at plus 250 or wherever the hell you're getting them right now. But my play that I am liking is the over. What do you think about that? Jimmy the Bag.
I just don't know I would take the Pens team total over. I just don't know where the offense is going to come from. It's just little players. I guess it'll come from the power play. I do like Larkin, but when it's Nielsen, Franz Nielsen, Larkin, these are the guys that you're expecting offense from. It's Mantha and Athanasiou. These are the big young studs that are going right to the net. Without them in the lineup, I would prefer the Pittsburgh team total.
Interesting. So you don't think that Detroit is capable of doing what they got to do here just a little bit to push it over?
Last year, we went on a huge roll when we'd fade every team that was missing 2 of their top 4 defensemen.
Right.
Detroit's missing 2 of their top 4 defensemen. It's not only that, they're missing all their big tough forwards.
But I'm just looking at, in their last game before the break, they put up 4 at Toronto, right? 4 at Carolina, 2 at Philly, 3 at the Islanders, 2 at Washington, 5 at Toronto. It's 4 at Toronto in regulation. That's a team that can put up a couple goals to push something to a 6 if you need it, right?
And I'm surprised that they're doing it. Yeah, without a doubt, they
all right, well, I'm going to take it. I'm going to take the over, the full game over here. Detroit Pitt over 6 minus 115. You think that Pittsburgh might be a good play even at the current line because you think Pittsburgh is just going to absolutely roll. Open at minus 225, now up to minus 255. Wow, this show is so much better when Jimmy the Bag is here, isn't it?
It's not right now because I don't have. I just spent 24 hours traveling here and have not done the work, so I'm flying by the seat of my pants. But I'll tell you what I will do. I'm going to take the Pittsburgh Penguins minus 1.5.
You will? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
See, the Pittsburgh Penguins, it's one of these team totals that's 3.5, and sometimes they can have value. When you get 3.5 on the over plus 130, this 3.5 is minus 113. It's a favorite line.
Yeah,
it's crazy, right?
That's uncomfortable.
So crazy. All right, so Jimmy the Bag, what do you want here?
I want Penguins minus 1.5.
So you do like the Pens here.
This is too much to ask of this Detroit Red Wings squad. This is a team that I backed throughout the year. But I love Mantha, and I love Athanasiou. Actually, Andreas Athanasiou's, I believe it's his younger or older brother is a comic in Toronto. So but all said, I don't want anything to do with this hockey team without Green and DeKaiser. Now, I still like Trevor Daley a lot, and Eriksson and Cornwall are veterans, and Cholowski is a beast, an up-and-coming beast. But I just feel like you're missing too much size.
All right, and I'm also this might be a little bit risky, but I think Detroit will put up something. I think Pittsburgh is going to start rolling. I'm going to take the second period over 1.5 minus 210. Now, these second period totals are, of course, there's a lot more scoring in the second period usually. I'm going to take the second period over 1.5 minus 210. That's a market line, and I'm tempted to throw on the first period over as well in this one, but I guess I'll hold off right now, and I'm tempted to tail you on this one as well. Pittsburgh, minus 1, and I'm thinking about taking the third period over as well because I just think there's going to be a lot of scoring here. All right, let's move on. Carolina, Washington. I was definitely leaning over here and also leaning Carolina, although this line has dropped, and thinking about the Carolina team total over, I did play that one. What do you think about Carolina, Washington? I was thinking about an over here.
Yeah, and that was brought to our attention by who? Sorry, I haven't slept 27 hours, so I won't be thinking very clearly. It was brought to our attention that the over was a spot here by Christopher Clementini. Said play over in Washington using over-under totals in all games when playing with 3 or more days rest. The record is 14-2 for the last 2 seasons.
He's talking about Carolina here.
He's talking about that game, yeah.
Right, and it's definitely good that McElhinney is not. I'm seeing Mrazek likely, which is nice. If I'm betting,
so nice, especially after a Christmas break.
So nice to see Mrazek in instead of McElhinney. If you're betting on an over at Carolina,
what are we getting on that over? I think Clementini's all over this.
So nice. Let's see, Carolina and Washington. So nice to see McElhinney not in there. It's a total is 6. It's minus 110. Washington can put up goals.
Give it to me!
What?
Give me this. St. Louis Elite also love Carolina, Washington over.
Really?
Let's get it, man.
All right. Look, what a better show when Jimmy the Bag is back. I'm so happy. I wasn't even planning on saying this. I'm just feeling it. I'm feeling it right now. All right, here we go. Let's see. What do we got here? Carolina. This is the best fucking sports betting show on the internet because you get information and entertainment. Now I'm a believer. Now I'm a fucking believer.
But usually I'm up at dawn grinding for the card, which I will be doing tomorrow. Not only that, Pete, but tomorrow, a holiday season, not a lot of sports going on, no bowl games to speak of. You know what we can do? Beat the Bag, Santa Anita edition, starts tomorrow. While we're doing the big Audible show for the final week of the season, we are going to be hammering Santa Anita. Anita, baby. I'm going to put the link in right now.
Usually it's other people say this is, best show on YouTube, blah, blah, blah. Now I'm feeling it. Now I'm feeling it. Anyone who doesn't agree with that, man, Go fuck yourself.
There it is.
Go fuck yourself.
There
All right,
it
I'm going to
is.
take Carolina, Washington. I'm going to take the over. I might take a first period over. I think I'm going to. I'm going to take Carolina, Washington, first period over. And I think I'm going to take the Carolina team total over as well. And I would be leaning Carolina -1 as well. All right, let me see. Carolina, Washington over 6. That's going to be -110. Carolina, Washington
And
over
shout
6
out to Chris
-110.
Colantini.
Okay.
That's real stats, man. That's 14-2 teams on 3 days or more rest. Thank you, Chris, and love it.
Surprisingly, the second period over is only -195. I'm going to take that one. Second period over 1.5 -195. Definitely going to think there's going to be some scoring there. I'm going to check the first period over, which I might take, and I'm also going to take the Carolina team total over, which is 2.5 -125. I did bet that one. Let me see. Carolina, Washington. Yeah, the first period is just -125. I'll take that one as well. First period over 1.5 -125. I'm going to take the second period over 1.5 -195. And I'm going to take the Carolina. Jim laughing like something funny.
I just love these guys, man.
I can see it.
Look at old
Out of the
Darley,
corner
our
of
best
my
friend
eye.
from Venezuela. I love you, brothers.
No,
the show is
thank you very
amazing. I
much.
really enjoyed it a lot.
Thank you
What a
very
guy.
much. Anyone who
What a
doesn't
guy.
agree with that, anyone who doesn't get it, eat me. All right, Carolina team total over 2.5 -125. Carolina, Washington, first period over 1.5 -125. Second period over 1.5 -195. I do think there's going to be a lot of scoring here, and I'm going to take the full game over 6. I'm taking Detroit, Pittsburgh over 6, and the second period over in that one -210. I'd also be leaning first period over in that one as well. I'm taking San Jose -1. Let's move on, and I'd be leaning Carolina -1. But Washington's a dangerous team, aren't they?
Very.
Washington's a dangerous team.
They're a very dangerous team. Very dangerous team.
All right, so I don't want to bet against them necessarily. All right, now let's move on. Philadelphia, Tampa Bay. Obviously, Tampa Bay is awesome. They've been rolling, but Philadelphia turned a little bit of a corner. I don't know if I want to fade them at this much of a line.
Would never fade this team at this line.
Philly, right.
Yeah, no. I mean, we know the Lightning are a dangerous squad, but after a few days off,
Yeah.
I feel like the Flyers hold all the value here.
Yeah,
All the
they
value.
probably do. I'm just checking who the Neuwirth. Oh wow, but Neuwirth is likely in for Philly. How does that change things? He hasn't done well this year, has he? But in general, he's a guy you trust a little bit, maybe.
I guess I trust him. Bias in the house, much love. I guess I trust him. I guess I trust him a bit as a backup, but he's never seemed to be able to take the ball and run with it. And I did not like him being thought of in this Philly team as someone who could take over if something went wrong with Elliott. I don't trust him character-wise to take the ball and run with it.
Okay. So maybe we do like Tampa Bay here then. I don't know. Vasilevsky should be good. Let's see. Rolling on down
Frank
the line.
Rizzo says, I like Philly too tonight.
Yeah.
Jimmy. Yeah, there's a ton of value on Philly. I don't know if I have the balls to make that bet, but I find that at 2-1, you're getting 2-1 on your money for a Philly team going up to a Lightning team that feels so good about themselves.
Let me see. Other comments. Another game is Buffalo against St. Louis. Buffalo. The line is moving in St. Louis's favor, but I was thinking that at least Buffalo on the team total here might be worth a shot. What's your take on Jake Allen and St. Louis defensively in general?
You know, it's nice to have St. Louis elite here with us. He likes the Blues here.
He does.
I think the Blues are a team that will give us value moving forward,
You think
especially against a young team like the Sabres who are playing over their head. Although we like them, and we talked about how dynamic that first line is, and it's a very, very special line. But there are some things going on with that team. Did Berglund even come back? Is it Berglund? Because that just came out of nowhere. Berglund, I thought he was going to give them some veteran leadership, and there he takes off and doesn't come back. Oh, yeah, he's back. Oh, no. Terminated his contract with Patrick Berglund. First season of a 5-year, $20 million contract. Unbelievable. So there is some strange stuff going on there. Palmville on injured reserve. They've got their defenseman back. Remember, that was when they started slipping. It was when McCabe and Scandella were hurt. Bill Perry says Philly gets crushed. I agree. Big Ragu on Tampa Bay Lightning. Team total over. Tomar says, I don't see Tampa Bay getting up for this game, but I'd lean Tampa Bay. Philly got Detroit and Nashville at home with injuries. After the coaching change, I don't think they're playing that much better. It's an uncomfortable spot. And St. Louis leads and Berglund gone out of Buffalo. Wow, what very strange what Berglund did. Berglund's value's got to just plummet now. Who wants him when he couldn't find himself a veteran spot on this young up-and-coming team? I think it's a great spot for the Blues. I can totally understand why St. Louis Elite likes them. What do you get on the Blues right now?
On the St. Louis Blues, well, it's headed up. It's minus 130. Is St. Louis a defense-oriented team? They are kind of, aren't they? Or not really?
It's not without Pietrangelo.
Right.
No,
And Buffalo, how are they? They can put up some goals, right?
Definitely.
All right, I'm going to take the over on this one, the Buffalo game, St. Louis and Buffalo, and that's going to be 5.5 minus 120 at Heritage. I'm taking that one. I'm taking Buffalo, St. Louis over 5.5 minus 120. I'm going to take that one. I might check Pinnacle here just to see if there's a slightly better line that I might be able to get, but I will take that one. Allen can give up some goals. He can be vulnerable, can he?
Oh, definitely. But, and Matt Randall saying Buffalo plays with a lot of heart. St. Louis Elite says Blues coming off a big road trip with impressive wins. Building's going to be rocking tonight. Blues win big. St. Louis Elite says take Blues puck line. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I hesitate to take the Blues at this big of a favorite spot.
Not that big. Even at minus 130, you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It's not a big favorite spot, but if you look at the two teams' records, it's a pretty big favorite spot to me. You're right.
Well, I mean, Buffalo's been impressive, but I feel like you kind of like them at home much more than on the road, right?
Yeah, I do. But I would take them on the road when they're nice, juicy dogs against great teams.
All right, I'm taking the over here, 5.5 minus 120. Dallas, Nashville is tough. Nashville, of course.
You know what? I got to stay here for a second. Okay. I think these guys are right. Kate Paskey says, like St. Louis tonight, Buffalo will get caught up in the first half success high. Blues will come out hard. Fade Savers first 3 games. I think Kate Paskey's right. I think St. Louis Elite is right, and I'm on it.
You don't like.
I'll take the Blues on the puck line.
You want it, huh?
Yeah.
You don't like Carter Hutton there and all this stuff, and.
No, I like Carter Hutton. I don't think Carter Hutton's an elite goaltender.
Right.
But after a season with Johnson and Lehner, Carter Hutton gives him hope. He's a good guy in the dressing room.
Mm-hmm.
Jared Schrader in the house saying, hey, Pete, Jimmy, it's been a while. Hope all's well. And that you two had a great Christmas. I haven't been tuning in as much, been taking the back seat to betting a little bit. Jared Schrader, welcome back. You know, we're always here for
Jared Schrader. I'm considering tailing you on this one. Everyone's liking St. Louis because I was leaning Buffalo, but you guys think that it might not be.
It's that spot that I was talking about. It's that spot where I really want to fade teams that have overachieved after the Christmas break, just early. And they can prove me wrong, but I think.
And did Buffalo overachieve after the Christmas break?
No, before the Christmas break.
Right.
Buffalo's completely overachieved all year, and it's been great. It's been
but not really. I mean, they got a win against Anaheim at home over their last in their last game, but before that they had lost 3 out of 4.
I think that I was just meaning as for the bulk of. I was just talking about the season in totality, but. I think they're coming back to earth, and I think they'll continue to come back to earth, and they'll make the playoffs. They
lost 8 out of their last 12 games heading into the break, and one of those wins was against Anaheim at home.
Yeah, I didn't know they were playing that badly.
But they're just not winning.
I think that is going to continue. I still think they make the playoffs, but I bet you they sneak in.
All right, then Dallas, Nashville. Nashville also slumped towards the break, and they are banged up. I don't know if they're still that banged up, but what's your take on Nashville? If Nashville was better, I would. If I knew they were healthy, I would take them on the puck line here or -1. But and maybe a shot with the over. But Nashville really slumped towards the end of the towards the end of the first half, and I'm not sure if they're back to full strength. What do you think?
Well, they're not back to full strength. They handled the adversity pretty well early. Arvidsson is back skating, but it's unclear if he'll be ready to play. I mean, it's a thumb injury for a sniper.
You know what? I also think. Sorry, I don't mean. I also think the Philly and Tampa Bay game is very likely to go over. I don't want to. I'm going to do a little bit of a safe thing to do here, but I'm going to take the over 6 -140. I'm going to take that one as well. Philly, Tampa Bay, over 6 -140. I'm going to add on a lot of these plays I'm thinking about here. And go ahead, Jim. Go ahead.
Andrew, some guy named Andrew wants our show canceled. Andrew, I wish you had the power.
Yes.
I wish you had the power, Andrew. Yeah, I dig it. I'm gonna. What was the line you gave me on the Blues?
On the Blues.
Puck line?
205. 205 plus 205.
Thank you. Beautiful. I like this spot.
No, Andrew's been saying that for a while. He was just making a joke when he was like going again when I was. He's been posting that for a while. It's actually a funny joke, Andrew.
Oh shit!
I understand.
Sorry.
But there are definitely people. Yeah, there are definitely people who are not that bright. I'm not talking about LoBaggers. I'm talking about people who might be watching the show who are not that bright who just don't get jokes. So you got to be real careful when you make jokes like that because they might be.
So Andrew's a good guy.
Yes, I think he's a
LoBagger.
He's just making very funny. Yes, okay. very funny joke.
Okay, shit, right. Andrew, shit.
Yes. Okay. Oh shit. Oh, what? Big Ragu got under 6 in St. Louis. That's not a good sign, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you don't want to be going up against Ragu, but the totals, unless there's those situations like when you can take a team like Ottawa up against a team with dealing with these injuries like Nashville's dealing with. I'm never going to take the Stars. I'm never going to take the Stars on the road ever.
All right.
But
yeah,
against Nashville right now, this seems like a spot to do it.
All right. I don't even know. So the other games, I'm kind of not sure what I think about. Minnesota, Chicago is obviously very interesting. Chicago kind of a dumpster fire, but Minnesota is a big favorite, and they were not doing that well towards the end of the break, I believe, unless my memory is serving me wrong. But this new goaltender for Chicago has been great, right?
Yeah, it's exciting. Give the team a little hope. There's been a huge market move in Minnesota's direction.
Yeah, which is weird because Minnesota has scored. Leading up to the break, they scored 3 goals in 4 games. 3 goals total in 4 games. So that means if you had the Minnesota team total over 3.5 for all those 4 games total, you lost. And now they're going up against this young goalie who's been great. Funny stuff.
Yeah, but let's focus. Mr. Gokster's absolutely right, and I talked about it when it happened because I have him in my hockey pool that I am winning. Matt Dumba, I fall madly in love with.
Yeah.
God, he's spectacular. That shot on the pipe, he's got 12 goals already. He's on pace for 30 goals this year. He's an extremely special defender, and he is their best defender. It's not the days of Suter anymore. Suter's a beast that can handle it. This has been a very disappointing team to me this year. When I look at their lineup, they have so much depth. They have size. They have tons of size. Look at some of these forwards. They got Greenway at left wing. They got Niederreiter on right wing. They got size and toughness. Yet they just don't seem to put it together. I'm surprised the Wild have been as bad as they've been. Very surprised. And I'm not going to back them here. And I'm not going to back Chicago ever. If I'm going to take Chicago, I want plus 150 or more, and I want them at home. That's hard to find. So I'm off of it. Yeah, St. Louis Elite says Dumba is a dog.
Shout out to St. Louis Elite 48. Shout out to St. Louis Elite 48. All right.
And you don't porn. Ratina Facties on the under here. Wow, Rembo says Dumba's out 3 months? I didn't realize he was out 3 months. 3 months? Oh, no. Successful surgery.
Oh, no.
Oh, that hurts my hockey ball bad.
Oh, no.
Shit. Wow. That's devastating blow to this Wild team.
Yeah.
That's a devastating.
I didn't mean to make fun of his injury. I was just making fun of Jimmy saying, "Oh no."
Yeah.
I would never make fun of a guy being injured. Absolutely.
6 days with no internet, man. I'm off. I'm out of the loop, man.
So Udon Ratina Facti likes the under in Minnesota, which is definitely interesting. I'm just concerned that because Chicago, of course, has been a team that at least on the road gave up a lot of goals. I mean, their last game at home, they got gashed by Florida. They gave up 7 to San Jose. They've been a big overtrending team recently. Can they put it together, defensively, or are they just a team that's a dumpster fire in all ways?
Should they be trusted? They should not be trusted.
All right, let's move on to another game that I'm thinking about. Calgary against Winnipeg. You've had a good read on Calgary in general, Jim, but I was thinking that maybe even at the inflated line, Winnipeg in the minus 140s, Winnipeg might be an okay bet here. What do you think?
Might be, but take the Jets minus 1.5 blindly at home, and you should be good. I've been surprised that there have been a few games this year where they've been up 4-1 heading into the third, and they let the door open, a crack, and it gets broken down. I'm surprised that they've not been better. The Flames have made me look good in my futures picks, but don't forget. I took 3 teams other than I have the Sharks, but 3 teams in my futures picks, and the other 2 are playing badly, the Panthers and Flyers. So, but when you take these big dogs at the beginning of the season, and if one does roll for you, it's going to easily cover the other 2 losses. Easily. And Yais has an emergency alert.
Okay, for college football.
Whiskey Miami game total crashing. Team totals have not changed.
Tomer says Nashville overrated with the injuries. They shouldn't be minus 160 against any respectable team. Their power play without Subban has looked bad.
Oh, I agree, but I don't even think it's just Subban. I mean, obviously he's like Dumba's got that excellent shot from back there, but Arvidsson and Forsberg are everything you dream of. I can't even believe the Capitals let Forsberg go, but everything you dream of in a hockey player, they're fast and skilled and tough and young and can skate for miles. It's those guys, I think, really, really hurting them. Tomer says I'm on Winnipeg. Calgary should regress. Their defense has issues, and their score differential is negative except for the third period. Their defense has issues. I'm in love with their defense, Tomer. Now, Tomer and I disagree on
whose defense has issues?
The Flames.
Okay. Oh, Calgary, right.
Now, they're missing their bottom 2 defensemen in Stone and Valimaki, but Giordano, Hanifin, Brody, and Hamonic, I absolutely love. I disagree with your comment on the defense as issued. Now, when you got guys like Johnny Goodrow, even Monahan a little bit, they focus on offense. They don't focus on defense. So you got offensive-minded players that aren't as responsible defensively. But I really disagree with that, Tomora. And I've always been a huge fan of Hanifin. And Brody has stepped up. Giordano's been better this year. He's wearing the C. Hanifin, I couldn't believe that the Hurricanes didn't want him. So there might be something going on in college basketball that I don't really – or sorry, there must be something going on in the dressing room that I don't really know about. But and I still get made fun of for calling it a dressing room. But hey, I play hockey all my life. That's what we called it.
Yeah, I hear you, Jim. Yeah, the thing about Winnipeg, now Winnipeg, you know, they closed great. They closed the first half great. They won like 7 out of their last 8. And Calgary's a good team. So that's not the kind of a team you want to be betting on, right? Calgary is a good team, right?
Calgary's a good hockey team.
Lost the last 3 in a row heading into the break, and Winnipeg was on a roll.
Yeah. You know, the Jets are a really solid team, and when you get them around in a minus 140 range, that means the puck line's going to be juicy. I could understand anyone taking it.
All right, and then Arizona, LA. LA has turned a little bit of a corner at the end of the year. What do you think? Is LA maybe a good team here? Both teams were on a short winning streak headed into the break. Maybe an over? I don't know. It's a very, very low total for this Arizona Kings game. You could buy to 5 at minus 174, and both teams have picked it up a little bit offensively recently.
I bet you Alec Martinez is good to go tonight. That would really help them out a lot.
For LA, you mean?
Yeah, I bet you he's good to go because they were thinking he was going to be good to go right before Christmas. So I bet you he's ready to roll. This is another veteran team that's dealt with this Christmas break for years and probably can handle it well. Let's take a look at what this is. Minus 120, minus 135. I like fading this Coyotes team, but they do have momentum. And it's not a team that can be like fat and happy because they struggled. They struggled very badly during the year. So, but I would love to fade them. And this does certainly feels like the right spot to do it. And I'm going to do it. I'm going to take the Kings minus 1.5.
Yeah, you want it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Arizona, they're still kind of a crappy team, right? And how is Quick right now, in your opinion?
You know, the break probably helped Quick more than anyone else. Quick is capable of turning it on in the second half. And, you know, it's tough to back a slow, plodding, old hockey team.
And that's what LA is?
That's what NHL is.
That's what LA is, you mean?
Yeah. So it's tough to back them.
And what is Arizona? Faster?
Yeah, I mean, that's what they're trying to do, but they have no truculence whatsoever. They have no toughness. They don't go into the dirty areas. Galchenyuk's playing better, and he needs to. If they've asked too much of Keller. I really dislike the team Chaika's put together in Arizona. I hate the team. In fact, I think it's a terrible, terrible team. And when you have these top draft picks, I just expect more from them. And then you put so much pressure on. It's like what the Islanders were forced to do it without Johnny One-T when he moved to the Leafs. But having Barzal in that, Barzal's such a special, dynamic young player. But when all the attention's on him, it's going to be very difficult for these young guys to roll.
All right, I'm going to take the first period under. Arizona, LA, first period under, 1.5, minus 115. I'm going to take that one. And you're liking LA here? You want to take that one or what?
Yeah, I do. St. Louis Leafs, Arizona is way faster than LA, but the Kings will beat them down and grind it out. I agree with that. I will take the Kings minus 1.5.
You want it, huh?
Yeah.
All right, LA, the best line we can give you right now, line shopping here would be plus 198. Plus 198. You want that one, huh?
Oh, yeah.
All right, I hope I didn't talk you into anything. LA puck line plus 198. I'm going to take the first period under on this one. All right, let's review the picks, and then we will maybe move on to NBA right after this. Jimmy the Bag has taken San Jose puck line, Pittsburgh Penguins puck line, St. Louis puck line, and LA puck line. I've taken San Jose minus 1, Detroit Pittsburgh over 6, Detroit Pittsburgh second period over 1.5 minus 210, and I'm all over the overs in Carolina, Washington, full game over 6. First period over 1.5 minus 125. Second period over 1.5 minus 195. And the Carolina team total over 2.5 minus 125. I'm also taking Buffalo St. Louis over 5.5 minus 120. Philly, Tampa Bay over 6 minus 140. That's bought to 6 at minus 140 at Pinnacle. And Arizona, LA, first period under 1.5 minus 115. And I guess the only plays I'm thinking about, I am thinking about Boston, although, I don't want to go against this New Jersey goaltender. Maybe I'd be thinking about, the under 6 in that one. Thinking about tailing Jimmy the Bag with Pittsburgh minus 1. Thinking vaguely about taking Carolina on the -1 line, although I don't want to do that. Tampa Bay, I'm thinking about taking Tampa Bay -1. They probably will destroy Philly here, right? Feels that way. Buffalo, St. Louis. Jimmy the Bag is taking St. Louis.
I think Philly's dangerous here.
You think so?
So
yeah.
I don't agree with that. Sorry.
The Dallas-Nashville game, I'm leaning under. What do you think about Dallas-Nashville? Is Dallas still a defense-oriented team without Hitchcock?
Yeah, they are with Montgomery. They are, but I'm not entirely sure if that's the way they should be playing. And it's hard to back Dallas. And I'm not going to back Dallas after a break. I do not trust that Seguin and Ben weren't drinking the whole Christmas break. So, in fact, that makes me want to back Nashville, which I won't do either.
Because they're just so banged up, right?
Yeah.
And what do you think about the under in this one? Khudobin against Rene.
Yeah, I guess the under makes sense.
Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you like it? Just because you never know first game back what's going to happen, right?
I just don't trust those guys in that Dallas dressing room.
Okay. All right. Calgary, Winnipeg. I'm an inch away from taking Winnipeg, but I don't want to. Minnesota, Chicago. Interesting. We had some opinions that the under might be a good play in that game. I can definitely see that one. Vancouver, Edmonton. I guess we didn't talk about that game. You want to quickly talk about it? I was thinking, so you're expecting good things from Edmonton in the second half, huh?
I tell you who I'm expecting good things from is the Vancouver Canucks.
Oh, really?
I've never said that in the last 5 years. I've never seen them play good hockey and be able to, and felt like that they could sustain it. I watched all their games from start to finish over the holidays and left very impressed. Even that Lightning game, they lost 5-2. The game was much closer than it looked, and Nilsson played badly. When we're dealing with the Canucks, we're always going to deal with below average goaltending in Markstrom and Nilsson. But I was so impressed with the Canucks. For the first time, I was like, wow, look at these guys. Look at that power play. Watching that power play with Besser, Pedersen, and Horvat up front, I was like, wow, they can keep doing this. They can sustain this. I think the Canucks are going to have a lot of value as home dogs in the season moving forward, and I've not said that. I've not had anything to do with them for years. It's the best I've seen them play in at least 5 years.
Okay, people are talking about the Phillies' new goaltender, but again, I'm seeing Neuwirth as confirmed.
Yeah, I would love it if Carter Hart was in there.
Or no, he's likely. See, that makes me nervous. I don't want to trust this site saying Neuwirth is likely, and then all of a sudden someone else comes in, and it turns out that they're wrong. All right, let's see other comments coming in, and I guess anything you want to?
Ace Boogie giving a shout out to King's Court, saying the show is on point. They know their NBA stuff. They do, and we're lucky to have them joining our show often. Great guys. Gate Pass Key says Oilers are going to get the best of the Canucks tonight. Not applicable, agreeing. Nate Holgan saying Vancouver has team mojo. I'm telling you, I did not go into watching them over the holidays thinking, oh, I'm going to really like this team. I was just very, very impressed. And then we took them to manhandle the Blues. The Blues were playing good hockey. They won that 5-1, and they looked like a good hockey team. Now, I'm not saying they're going to make a run, make the playoffs, or anything like that. I'm just saying that this is the first time they've been able to sustain good hockey. I really think that way.
All right, and then Colorado, Vegas. I was vaguely leaning Colorado, team total over, but that's very risky. Vegas can be a very shutdown defensive team at home, right?
Colorado's been funny. It's hard to figure out exactly what's going on with them. We've talked about their depth issues, and that has to be what's going on now. Because Kerfoot is so important to that team, but they're tough to back right now. Varlamov, what's he saying? Missed out because of an illness, on track after the holiday break. No, I would never be too concerned taking Colorado goals for you, even against a Vegas team like that. I would not be too concerned. Let's just take a quick look at Vegas. Pacioretty's going to be gone for a while. Oh, but could be activated. Okay, could be activated. So Halle, we know, is gone for months. Colin Miller, that's going to hurt them. Injury, last 3 games with upper body injury. He's a defensive defenseman. I would never be too concerned to take the Avs over. Would you were thinking of just doing a team total over?
Yeah, like 2.5. Against Vegas.
It's 2.5. How much is it juiced?
Nothing too crazy. 135, maybe a little bit better at Pinnacle here. 131. It's just that Fleury is, Vegas can be very defense oriented at home, right? They can clamp down.
They can, and they probably need to against the Avs. I can understand taking the 2.5 though. Tomer says Colorado seems like they're dealing with injuries and fatigue. The top line isn't producing consistently. Yeah, they're just asking for too much out of that top line. I agree with that. My man Raul Porwando, much love. Great to see you. And Not Applicable says Vegas has injuries too, and they do. Kevin Pine says Blue Jackets, low-hanging fruit, guys. I wouldn't go as far as saying low-hanging fruit, but I agree. I think the Jackets are a buy-on team in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think we're going to have value fading the Rangers at home, ever.
Is San Jose a team that can put up an offensive performance when they want to or need to?
Yeah.
They are, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to take one other play here. I am going to take the Anaheim.
These two teams are notorious for
playing low-scoring game, though.
Yeah.
Anaheim and St. Louis and San Jose.
Yeah. So I would. We've seen it.
So
year
many
after
times.
year
So
after
many
year
times.
after year, so.
All right, I guess that's it for the card. Once again, Jimmy the Bag, San Jose puck line, Pittsburgh puck line, St. Louis puck line, LA puck line. I'm on San Jose -1, Detroit Pittsburgh over 6. Second period over 1.5 in the Detroit-Pittsburgh game. Carolina-Washington over 6. First period over 1.5 -125. Second period over 1.5 -195. Carolina team total over 2.5 -125. Buffalo-St. Louis over 5.5. Philly-Tampa Bay over 6 spot to -140. And Arizona-LA first period under 1.5 -115. Other leans I could give, but let's move on. Let's move on to NBA, Jimmy the Bag. NBA, Jimmy the Bag. I've actually been doing okay recently with my NBA plays and leans. Going solo. Yesterday, I had some wins and losses, but wound up half a unit yesterday. So I've been doing pretty well in NBA overall so far over the past few weeks. And today's card, though, is very, very tricky. I know you didn't look at the games, Jim, but you know all these teams back and forth. The Houston...
I'd like to see where my record stands.
All right,
we can
show the record. We can show Jimmy the Bag's record, which is very nice. Very nice record.
Not really. That's gone down badly.
Your NBA record?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, it's down 5 units.
That's Jimmy the Bag. It's a fine record there. Mine is shitty, but it's gotten a little bit better recently. And these games are very tough. Obviously, there's no LeBron for the Lakers, which makes me think that the Lakers might be the play here. The Lakers, of course, let's see what the spread is here for this one. Getting 4 or 4.5 at U-Wager. No LeBron for the Lakers makes me think that the Lakers might be the play here, but I don't want to bet against Sacramento in any situation, really.
Did you say you could get a 5?
What, 4.5?
Okay, 4.5.
4.5. The New York-Milwaukee game is a second of a home and home. 14.5. It's a massive spread.
I think the Lakers might fall back here.
You think so?
Well, they played incredibly well when that game got close on Christmas Day without LeBron.
Yeah.
They showed everybody. They're like, I feel like a team does that once or twice. Like I'm not sold that they do it again. In fact, the more that I've been thinking about it, the more I feel like they won't do that again.
Mm-hmm.
But sorry, keep going. We'll break down these games.
No, that's all right. I'm just looking. People were saying that the college football game. No, it starts at the Duke Temple game.
Jansen Bonson joining us said I was worried you'd be stuck on the island. Yeah, the ferries didn't run for a few days, but shout out to my man Jansen. We gave you a shout out early on the show, third, and beat the prick off a 5-0 week.
Very nice,
my man James.
Sam Estrada says Sacramento off a back-to-back. They wasted a lot of energy last night trying to come back. Yeah, I'm thinking the Lakers might be the play here. I'm thinking maybe an MLB. Do you want to go to college football first and then come back to
whatever?
Come back to NBA. All right, let's go. Let's jump around. Let's go to college football and then we'll. Okay, so the only play that I'm really thinking about is the Lakers plus the points. Maybe a shot. Sacramento is on a back-to-back.
No, let's hit NBA hard. So I would like to because we got everybody here right now. We got Ralph Port Wando.
Yeah, but the college football game starts at 1:30.
Yeah, so let's do that. Let's do college.
Okay, we'll hit NBA hard for 7 minutes and that 1 o'clock.
Why don't we come back to college basketball? Why don't we hammer the college football that you need, and then we'll come back to NBA and spend some time on it.
All right. So Baylor and Vanderbilt is a play here. Is a game that I already previewed, and I did give Baylor as an official play. I just let me find my I can't remember. Hold on. Let me just find my. I don't remember what my official what the lines were that I got. But I know that I took Baylor when I previewed this on the in the individual. Let me hold on a second.
Brooke Jordan liking the Lakers today, even without LeBron not applicable on the Lakers. Greg Geghard says Lakers sack goes under because Lakers sides will stop sack from scoring at will. Plus sack spent their scoring energy last night. Interesting.
Yeah, I was leaning under. I was leaning Lakers, and I was leaning Sacramento team.
Well, sorry,
under.
I was just adding.
No. That's okay. That's okay. Hold on one second. Let me just open up my my football thing here. Yeah. All right. So I took the Baylor game over 55, and I took Baylor +4 at -105. The side has not moved much. Let me see. Actually, it's going up a little bit there. Going up a little bit to it's bouncing all around. 4.5, 4, 3.5. There's definitely a lot of movement here on this game recently. And the total, I took the over 55, and it is now up to a 56, 56.5, 57 at Heritage. So the total is headed up. I can't even remember my reasoning for this game, but I definitely broke it down in depth. And let me just refresh my memory here. Why I'm liking why I was liking Baylor and why I was liking the under. Obviously, Vanderbilt in general is a lower scoring team historically, but they picked it up a little bit offensively towards the end of the year, and I think we'll see things open up a little bit more for them than we are used to seeing from Vanderbilt.
Dwayne Reed thinking Vandy -4 is the play of the day, low hanging fruit.
Yeah, let me see. It is a let me see. I'm trying to remember. Oh, that's right. The Bears are going to be without Jalen Hurd, but I think that's okay. I think they're going to have enough for receivers to replace him.
When's this market move been happening? Oh wow, it's actually been going in Vanderbilt's favor for a while now.
Yeah, I'm seeing it all over the place, kind of. It's bouncing around. I got it at 4. I took Baylor at +4, and I took the over at 55. And I don't even remember the basic. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. Alex Everly says, love Baylor. Such a motivational spot for them. Obviously, a big turnaround for the program. They're coming into this motivated. I think DJ Big Boss says Vandy got a solid defense, which is true.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's
Dwayne Reed says low-hanging fruit of the day is Vanderbilt -4.
Yeah.
And Ralph Portuando likes the over at 55. Yeah, I think I'm definitely liking the over a lot more. That quarterback for Vanderbilt, Shermer, was good. And it's not a very high total. And Vanderbilt, of course, did start to put up some big offensive numbers towards the end of the year.
Ben Sports Pick, Vanderbilt will roll Baylor and liking the over. Ron Lofton liking Duke at +3.5 at this 130 game. Do you have an angle on it?
No, I did not. I would have been leaning Duke anyway. They tend to be a good program in bowl games. Obviously, this is likely to be a bit of a lower scoring game. The total is headed down, and Temple they finished the year strong, right? And now their coach is going to Georgia Tech, right? So he's replacing the guy at Georgia Tech, and it is I would have a slight lean to Duke. Slightly into the under, but I didn't look into it in depth enough or get enough information on it to actually bet it or give it as an official play. But I would definitely be leaning Duke and definitely be leaning under here.
Scott F says, look to Duke. Temple pass D is very overrated due to facing very poor passing offense. Duke scores 30 plus and wins by a margin. Take some money line. Woo!
Yeah, and the big weakness for Duke is their rush defense. And is Temple going to be able to take advantage of that with the interim coach? Maybe,
Wow, interesting. Noli knows like in the under in Miami, Wisconsin.
In Miami, Wisconsin.
Crypto flex like in Wisconsin money line and like in Duke money line.
Yeah, the under is that's interesting. I mean, Miami obviously has a bad offense, right? We saw them in that game against
Ralph Portwando also like in the under. Sorry.
Nebraska can't really pass. Miami has a bad offense. We talked about that. I previewed the Virginia Tech game against Miami. We were talking about how it was two bad offenses there. I would be leaning under on this one for sure.
And this was Yais' emergency alert. Remember?
What was that? The total's crashing, huh?
Yeah, that the total was crashing, but the team totals aren't. Yeah, he said that the game total is crashing. Team totals have not changed at Intertops. He's on Miami team total under 24.
Right. Oh, sorry. Was I saying Nebraska? I meant to say Wisconsin. Sorry about that.
Ben Sportsbook saying Wisconsin runs the ball, slows the tempo, take the under.
And Miami doesn't have a good offense either. So yeah, I mean it's I'm not going to bet this one either. The only plays that I did make were on Baylor and bigger on the over. I definitely like the over, and you can still get a 55.5, a couple of 55.5s out there. I got it at 55. Pinnacle and other places have 56, 56.5, which is kind of telling. But I think my favorite play of this bowl card might be the over in Vanderbilt Baylor. Definitely leaning under in Miami, Wisconsin, although it's a very low total, and leaning Duke and under in the in the Duke Temple game. Leaning Duke plus the points and under. Any comments coming in? DJ Big Boss under, probably best play in Miami game.
Daryl Lyles, like in Wisconsin, says the weather favors the Badgers.
Mm-hmm.
And Jeremy Miller on the under in that Temple game too. Jeremy Miller switched from Temple to Duke when he heard no running back for Temple.
Right. And that's Duke's big weakness is in the running game, is in run defense. So if that's not something that they're going to be exposed by, taken advantage of, then probably that would indicate that Duke would be the play. Although if that was that big of a factor, you might have expected some money to come in on Duke, which has not been the case. This line has not moved much since opening. Although up a little jump there at Pinnacle in favor of Duke, but not much movement here. Went up to 4 and opened at 3.5. Went up, opened at 3. Went up to 4.5. Then came back down to 3. So it's right about where it opened. Early money on Temple, late money on Duke. I would trust the late money a little bit more.
I agree.
Yeah,
that makes sense. Yeah, it was 3.5 when at noon.
Mm-hmm.
So in the last hour, you've lost that half point, but you're still getting plus on the 3.
Well, if I wanted to make an official play, this is why line shopping is so important. Still 3.5 at Pinnacle, still 3.5 at UWager, still 3.5 at the Greek. So you can still, there's still 3.5s. Minus 112 at Pinnacle, 115 at UWager.
And that game goes off in half an hour?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to maybe take a look at it after the show. Got to put a little more time into it. And I haven't slept.
Yeah.
Elio says, I don't see Wisconsin moving the ball on Miami. Miami covers. And Elio's got a good read on those Florida-based teams. A good read on all teams, but especially those Florida-based teams.
He sure does. I actually might throw on. I could use a couple of extra units back towards 0 in my college football record. I had a terrible play yesterday on Georgia Tech. It was a last-minute play and was very ill-advised. But I'd be leaning Duke here, and I'd be leaning the Temple team total under as well, which should be over 28. Might be able to get a 30 here. Let me see what we have here at Pinnacle. Sorry, we are. Go
Other
ahead,
than
Jim.
Manny Davis saying hot tip Temple, it seems like everybody's liking Duke here. Don't see a lot of people backing Temple. Big Ragu says Duke gets the money and the money line. When Big Ragu's on it. All right, I'm going to jump with them. I'll take Duke. Yeah, I'll take Duke plus 3.
You're taking Duke officially?
Actually, you know what? What's the 3.5 at?
Minus 114 at Pinnacle.
No, I'll take the plus. I guess that's a big half point. Yeah, okay, no, I'll take the 3.5.
You want it?
Yeah.
All right, Jim's going to take Duke plus 3.5, minus 114, current line at Pinnacle.
Beautiful.
I certainly can understand that. Just concerned about why the line hasn't moved stronger in Duke's favor.
No, but it has moved.
Recently, yes, you're right.
So, but no, you're right. You're absolutely right. It is concerning.
BitXN says Temple blowout. Miami wins, sit back on Vanderbilt. Yeah, in yesterday's show, Jim, when I was doing it by myself, I said, BitXN, shout out to BitXN, one of the top guys I don't like to see on the opposite side of a play that I'm on, or on the opposite side of a play that my friend is on. Because, yeah, I do care about my friends. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I do care about other people. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Does that make me a sucker? Maybe. Yeah, man, yeah. It might make me a sucker. I don't give a fuck. Yes, I care about other people. Yes, I do. Do I care that BitXN is on the opposite side of a play that Jimmy the Bag's going to be on? Yes. Okay? Does that make me a sucker? Maybe.
No.
All right, I'm staying off this game. I'm just going to go with my 2 plays. Baylor, which I think might now be the wrong side, and the over, which I am still liking. Not applicable, says Duke.
Yeah, that's the big game that we needed to nail. We got all these incredible NBA cappers with us right now. I say we hammer this card.
Okay.
But
yep.
Before we do, let me just drop the link for you guys for the Beat the Bag competition tomorrow. Free, Tanter. Free. And you win $100. We've had 2 big winners. $100 to the winner and 200 bet points if you beat me. Last Beat the Bag was at Los Alamitos. 77 entries and 27 of them beat the bag. And I want to do better. And Santa Anita is my track. It's my track. So I'm very confident going in. And tomorrow there's no bowl games, right? No bowl games?
I don't know. Didn't check.
I don't think there's any bowl games. It's a light sports day. Let's hammer the ponies together. If you're on holidays, let's hit Santa Anita together.
Yes, and here you go. Big Ragu says, Pete, the world is a better place because of you. Thank you so much, Big Ragu. Anyone who doesn't understand that, just go fuck yourself. No, seriously, go fuck yourself. Anyone who doesn't understand that. Wow. Thank you very much, Big Ragu.
Yes, I love Big Ragu. Kevin Pine, Subban Arvidsson set to return tonight for the Predators.
Right. So does that make you like the Preds? Does that make you like what? The over, the under? What does that make you think, Jim?
I don't like the Stars, and I've had huge success. Now, Montgomery might be different because I think they had tuned out Hitchcock, and you have a young coach coming up from college. But I've had great success fading Dallas after break. And I've talked about it. We've talked about it on this show. We talked about it quite a bit last year. After any kind of break, I was fading them. I expect them to get drunk over the holidays. I still do.
But you don't like Preds here, huh?
I don't. Well, you know what? I didn't. But maybe I do now.
Moshe Bogarat says, Pete, are you doing a UFC show or topic on Friday's show? Yes, I am planning. It is on the schedule to do a UFC show today with Clint Marak. Great human being. You know what? The world is a better place for having Andy Marak in it. Yes, absolutely. It is. Shout out to Andy Marak. Yes, we are planning on doing that today. All right, so you want to talk NBA very quickly?
Yes, and I don't want to talk about it very quickly. I want to break it down. I want to sit back and take our time.
Did you look into this card? Because I was the only play that the Milwaukee New York game. It's a second of a back-to-back. Such a huge line. I guess I'd be leaning, Knicks getting all those points, but I don't know if I want to do that. The Houston-Boston game is very interesting. There was a big move in favor of Houston, flipped from a 2-point favorite to a 2-point dog. So I'm assuming someone is out for Houston, although I didn't check. And it was just a game that I felt like I wanted to pass on. Lakers-Sacramento, that was the game I had circled. I was thinking about Lakers, thinking about the under, thinking about the Lakers, the Sacramento team total under. Go ahead.
Ski was saying, like you said, that the Lakers want to prove that they can win without LeBron. And Ski was saying, and they can.
Yeah.
And they can win without LeBron. That's interesting. Let's see what's up. Tomor says, I'm on Utah -5. Philadelphia was lucky against Boston. Horford still isn't healthy, and Baines is out, so Embiid dominated in the paint. He won't dominate against Gobert. Lucky they lost that game, and Boston covered. I know it was overtime. Utah -5. I think that might be a great play that Tomor's on.
Yeah, I was leaning Utah as well.
I feel like Utah can turn the corner, and they did this last year. We watched them do this around now last year. Why wouldn't they? Greg Hard liking Lakers sack under, and he's not. Kevin Pine loving the Lakers. Ski profits on Celtics -125, Lakers +150, and Warriors -9. It feels like a good spot for the Warriors to bounce back, and Portland's been so bad, but I don't know if I want to trust the 9. Leo Mack, yes, I am missing great racing in Ireland this week. I am. It's hard for me to get the information, and studying is paramount to me. And that's why I came in just because I missed you guys and I love you guys. And I came right in from the airport. But I feel naked without grinding from 5 a.m. on. And trust me, there won't be another day like this. Tomorrow I'll be up bright and early, hammering it. So let's. And Jose Felix says, no, they can't win without LeBron.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Julian Caesar, my man Julian says, Celtics, Paul out and Harden questionable with hamstring. So he's on the Celtics. Sorry, Celtics, Paul out and Harden. So let me get the Roto World up just so I can get the last second.
I mean that can't. The only thing I'm really thinking about is the under in the Lakers game. Maybe the team total under as well.
So Hardaway is not likely to play tonight for the Knicks. Harden is expected to play.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the only brand new information coming out right now. Let's see. Dwayne Reed, I'm all over Lakers money line. Wow.
Yeah.
Gerald Martinez, the 9 Blazers just don't seem right now. Interesting. Homer, I'm on Golden State first quarter. Warriors aren't consistent, but they've been solid after getting embarrassed. We saw that after the Toronto game.
All right, I'm going to take the Kings team total under 117.5. The Sacramento team total under 117.5 -104. That's the current line of Pinnacle. Might throw on the first half team total under as well.
Jeremy Miller loving Celtics -3. Harry Tuttle says, hey, Pete and Bag, has Vegas figured out the high-scoring aspects of the new rules yet? Are over still low-hanging loot?
For NBA? No.
Not anymore.
No.
Not for a while.
Yeah.
The unders have been hitting at quite a high rate. I mean, we saw that first, 3 weeks of the season, maybe?
In the meantime, Angel Romero hitting us up with a soccer pick from the EPL. West Ham +1, -165. I'm also sprinkling some on the West Ham money line. Shout out to Angel Romero. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Angel Romero, what a beast. Oh, I love that guy. Okay.
Not Apple saying, don't do it, Pete. Wow. On the team total under, I just gave it 117.5 -104. I'm going to take it. There were a bunch of plays that I liked in NBA, Jim, that the comment section generally tried to talk me off of, and it turned out that I was right a little bit more than I would have been wrong, and so I'm going to try to stick with my leans. Not Apple saying don't do it, Pete. I know that Sacramento is can be a very high scoring team, but I feel like without LeBron, what are the Lakers going to do here? They're going to try to play competitively and play a little D, don't you think, or not really?
No, I do. I think the advantage they have is Sacramento on the back-to-back, and the Lakers know that we don't have LeBron. You'd never say he's clogging up the paint or clogging the ball or whatever. He's a fantastic distributor and an incredible player, but I think there's opportunities for some of these guys to step up. And without LeBron, you can sprint every time you have the ball, sprint down the floor if you're going against a team that you expect to be tired.
So you think that the Lakers are going to try to outrun Sacramento and not D up against them, not slow it down?
Yeah, but all these guys are on the under. Cammy Gopher says, I missed you too, Jimmy. Thank you, Cammy. I love you, Cammy. But yeah, I'd be concerned. I've had a bad read on totals with this Kings team. I took an under when they played the Wolves and they went up to 275 points.
Yeah.
So I'm a little hesitant to make a move off that. Tomer says, I think the Lakers are flat off the big win against Golden State. Even with LeBron out, I'd lean over. Dak and LA both are bad defensive teams. They want us to do our parlay video right after this. So they want us to end the show very soon.
Sure. We can end the show very soon.
I don't know if we can. So, you know what? The more we talk about this, the more I tend to agree with Tomo.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if Sacramento wasn't on a back-to-back, I'd be all over them in this spot. Because the Lakers bench stepped up when LeBron went down in a high-profile game. I just don't see them doing that again. If they had failed, if they had fallen on their face, I would be all over the Lakers. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah. I'm also going to take the Sacramento first half team total over 60.5 minus 109. That's the current line at Pinnacle. I'm taking that one. These might be mistakes, but I'm going to take them. It's all right.
Yeah, Sostine Mars saying Kings money line. King Rail says Tomor, LA is not a bad defensive team. Their defense is why they are winning. Young OG like in the under halftime in the Lakers game. And Ski Prophet saying that's a big if to me. Brooke Jordan on Boston money line, then liking Vanderbilt over, and then the Flames money line and Miami money line. Interesting. Dwayne Reed says Lakers are playing some pretty b-ball. Plus they're very physical. Dusty Mars saying where's your parlay video posted? You have to go to Sportsbook Review to the actual website and go to picks. Is that right? Go to picks so it's in the content area of the Sportsbook Review website. We don't put it out on YouTube.
And I am going to add the first half under. Lakers, Sacramento, first half under 119 minus 109. That's the current line at Pinnacle. Again, if that one loses, that's okay. But I think that we might see a surprisingly lower scoring game here. And I'm going to take the first half under 119 minus 109. Lakers and Sacramento. I'll throw that one on there as well. Let's wrap it up pretty soon. Jimmy the Bag.
Let's wrap it pretty soon. Okay, so I find the Jazz very interesting. And the more we talk about it, I guess I like Sacramento. I think that the Lakers are going to want to prove that they can win without LeBron, and the Kings are going to want to prove that they can smash them without LeBron. Second half of a back-to-back. I guess I'm going to need more time on that. But the Utah Jazz, to me, my man Nasty Nate now, the Utah Jazz to me seem like the play as well.
And I'm also going to take the LA Lakers plus 4.5 minus 110. That's the current line at UWager. I think this game is going to go down to the wire. I'm going to take those buckets. Lakers plus 4.5 minus 110 at UWager. I'm going to take that one as well.
Wow, I don't want to go up against all you guys, but I'm going to spend a little bit more time on it. My instincts make me feel like the Lakers stepped up when it got close. Well, it got to a 2-point game, then it got close without LeBron, and they feel good about themselves. And they still have a lot to prove, and will they prove it now? Rob Wando's on the over in the Kings game.
That's not good.
No, it's not good. Crypto King says revenge game for the Kings.
Reggie says first half Lakers. Kings don't show up until the second half. I might be leaning Lakers on the first half as well, or the first quarter. First quarter might be a play, and I think I am going to add that one on. Look what I'm doing here, Jimmy the Bag. I'm adding on plays willy-nilly. Is what's going on here.
Wow, both Cash Action Bets and Ralph Portwando are on the over in Philly, Utah. So you guys know from the beginning of the year for me that Utah had my number. But I have a feeling that this team is going to turn it around now.
Okay.
So I will take the Utah Jazz -5.
And I'm also going to take the LA Lakers first quarter plus 1.5 minus 110. That's the current line at Intertops. LA Lakers first quarter plus 1.5 minus 110. And Jimmy the Bag is going to take the Utah Jazz. Yeah, I was leaning that way as well. I mean, Utah's playing great right now, aren't they? And I
haven't proven it for a long enough period of time.
Yes.
But yeah, I expect them to step up.
All right, that's going to be -5 minus 106. Jimmy the Bag is adding on Utah -5 minus 106. That's the current line at Pinnacle.
All right, beautiful.
That it?
That's it. That looks good for us. So we will be back here tomorrow. Don't forget, I'm going to be tweeting out the Beat the Bag competition because you guys, I also will tweet out the free form that gives you the horses. So you don't need to know that much about horses. It's a great way to get into it. Free contest. And let's get at it, man.
That's it for the Low Shack in the Bag show. We'll be back tomorrow, Friday morning.